triumph over me. Oh, my God can do anything more.
You offered how many scholarships by the time you were
So
sitting?
when I was in high school, I started getting letters from all different type colleges. You know, University of Alabama, Auburn. I mean, you name it. I probably had 10 to 12 different Division I school offers. So I was all state. I was honorable mention to Mr. Alabama. So I was like the deal.
You still are the deal, man.
Although I had a 3.7 GPA, I didn't have that guidance and say, hey, you need to start taking the ACT and the SAT as a ninth grader or in middle school. So I waited until my senior year to take I didn't take the SAT, I took the ACT. I waited till my senior year to take the ACT. Before I was about to graduate, I took it twice, and I scored a 16 twice, and I needed a 17 in order to get the scholarship. By the time I got my test scores back, all the other colleges, Division II colleges, junior colleges, everybody had already given out their scholarships. So by the time I got my test scores back and realized I couldn't go to Division I, because I was about to sign with University of Alabama out of high school. Got my test scores back, I needed 17, scored a 16, so I lost the scholarship. So you're talking about all-state basketball player, best in the city. Everybody I feel like I got the whole city on my shoulders. You know, you feel like you got people that are counting on you to make it. And then you also got these haters saying you ain't gonna make it, and you're trying to prove them wrong. And all of a sudden, when I graduated from high school, I was still at home. I didn't have no scholarship. So,
What made you decide to not, well, after you were home and you didn't get a scholarship, why didn't you just say, forget it, college isn't for me, I'm not going?
Again, it goes back to when I was 8, 9, 10 years old. I was just always determined that I needed to get out of here. There was a better place. There was something better. I knew it was something better out there that I wanted to at least get the opportunity to see, and not just be stuck in the environment, because we had plenty of athletes that come from my hometown that didn't make it out. When I was a freshman in high school, we had a guy that was a senior. His name was Otis Dury. He was the best player probably in the country. Wow. We had the NBA scouts coming to our gym. I was a freshman in high school, coming to our gym watching him play. Wow. So, and he's dead today. Wow. Never made it out of Dothan. Well, actually, he made it to Marion. He went to Chipola for a year and came back home. So I was determined I needed to get out of here. So as a senior, when I didn't get the scholarship, I then went myself, started calling, some of the people in the community that I knew that had, a little connection, that I just asking, like, what can I do now? Like, where should I go? Is there any schools I can go try out for? And
what made you think about doing that?
I guess I knew that being in the basketball community.
Just go and ask for yourself and check with other people. Instead of quitting, check to see if there were other scholarships available.
Well, I knew I didn't have any, I felt like I didn't have any other option, because that's just all I knew was I needed to get out of here.
That's a winning attitude. You're just determined, when no one else will be my advocate, I'll be my own advocate. When no one else will check for me and scout out the other schools, I just won't quit. I'll go and check for myself. That is a winning attitude. Quitting is not an option.
So, wind up, I don't remember how I got in contact with this coach from this community college in Phoenix City called Chattahoochee Valley Community College, CVCC. He somehow heard about me. I mean, again, I'm one of the best players in the state, so they knew. I mean, people around knew that I could play basketball. So anyway, he told me he had an offer. He was going to offer me that same year in '97. I believe it was August of '97 when he, contacted me and told me he had an offer for me to come up to school. So my mother and my aunt, my great aunt, took me to Chattahoochee Valley. Got to Chattahoochee Valley. I was there 2 weeks, and they dropped the basketball program. So the guy that was the athletic director, he was also the baseball coach, and I guess they didn't have enough funds to fund all of the basketball. I mean the athletic program. So he had to choose which one he was going to drop, and of course the AD is the baseball coach. So he ain't gonna drop baseball. So he dropped basketball.
And there you are back at home again.
And 2 weeks later, I'm back at home again.
So why didn't you quit then?
God is reigniting your dreams and giving you the tools to aid you in prospering because of your dreams. Dr. Rosier has completed the God of My Dreams workbook and textbook. You can order today. For your donation of any amount, you will receive today's message on CD. For your donation of $50 or more, you will receive a God of My Dream textbook and workbook. For your donation of $75 or more, you will receive the God of My Dreams textbook and workbook, along with the God of My Dreams pocket journal and a God of My Dreams mug. To place your order, contact B.Y. Rosier Ministries staff at 850-769-5442 or email us your request at byrosierministries@gmail.com. You may also place your order securely on PayPal. Thank you for supporting Let the Prophet Speak and helping us reach the nations.
I'm tired of just trying to struggle to do this and struggle to do this and struggle to do that. And I just want a great life. And I just want a great life for my child. You have bought and invested things in him because it was your future that you couldn't afford to buy and invest in. And then you're looking back and grieving over the age. And at this age I should have this, and at this age I should be doing this. But God, I thank you for a relaxation and a peace. I thank you for recalibrating. I thank you for the ability for her to be able to see herself through your eyes. And God, I thank you that she's not going to blame her inadequacy or her inability to learn. But I thank you, God, that you're also sending her back to school, that you're doing what the military call a cross-training. You're putting her in another field, another profession that's going to sustain her financially in Jesus' name.
Well, at that time, it started taking a toll on me. Like, I'm the best basketball player in the state, and I'm at home. So all of this, I'm about to wind up like the rest of them. Year after year after year after year. We were putting out some good athletes from Dothan High School back in my era. Year after year, they was just so that it started taking a toll on me.
Is that when you had a stroke?
That's when I had a light stroke. I had Bell palsy.
How old were you?
19, I believe.
Wow. From the stress of everything that was happening to you.
Yeah. I went to play in a tournament, just a little adult league tournament that was, I think they were playing it in like Dale County or something, and I was riding with one of my friends and another guy who was taking us to the tournament, and my left side of my face started going numb. So my lips started going numb, so I'm just touching my face like something ain't right, But I kept going. I played the whole day with the side of my face starting to get number and number. I'm still playing basketball. I didn't know what it was at the time. I just thought, something was going on with my face. By the time I got back home, it was like completely numb, where my lip was like, my smile is still messed up from it today, where it was just completely numb. So I went to the hospital, and the doctor, you know, they actually admitted me. I stayed in the hospital, I think 2 or 3 days. They admitted me, and they told me I had Bell palsy. I had a light stroke. And he told me it was due to, majority of it probably was due to stress.
Wow.
So,
What did you do after the stroke? And after the program ending at Chattahoochee Valley?
Chattahoochee Valley.
Chattahoochee Valley.
Yeah.
When the program ended, you had a light stroke, you stayed in the hospital 3 days. What did you do?
I believe at the time I was just still at home, just, you know, living with my mom. Actually, one day I had to take, Keisha was enrolled in college at a community college downtown called George Wallace.
Okay.
And one morning, I took my mom's car, I was taking her to school, drop her off.
Helping your siblings.
I was taking her to school, and long story short, I got in a car accident. And when I got in the car accident, at that time, you didn't have to have insurance on cars in Dothan, Alabama. You could just, you remember, you could just have a car and drive and don't even have insurance. It wasn't the law to have insurance on cars in Dothan. My mom, of course, didn't have insurance on a car. So, and they deemed that I was at fault. I was coming out of a Burger King, staying in a turning lane to go to a store, and right next door, like a Shell station, because I was getting a little croissant sandwich, and I was gonna get some gas, and I came out to turn, and next thing you know, I was hit, like boom, and then, but long story short, they, her insurance company wound up suing me.
So you were being sued at 19 years old?
Mm-hmm. They were selling, so they told me.
After having a stroke?
And this was like shortly after, it's probably within months. Wind up, they sued me. So of course, and I think they sued me for like $12,000. Of course, I didn't have $12,000. So at
Just
the
the
time,
idea of being sued is horrendous. On top of everything else that's happened to you.
so,
How did you overcome that?
well, at 19, at the time when they sued me, I didn't have the money, so they took my license. So now I didn't have any license. So I was 19, so now my friend, who was a junior at the time, he had now become a senior, because at this time now it was 1998. It was 97, now it was 98. And it was the summer of 98 that he decided, well, Gulf Coast Community College was recruiting him out of high school. And the coach called him and told him that they had a little workout, that he wouldn't need to come down and just work out with him for the day. And he asked me, did I want to go with him? I was like, play some ball? I was like, sure, of course. So we came to Panama City.
Still driven by your passion.
Yeah. Came to Panama City. It was on a Saturday. The coach's name was Joey Pons. At the time when he was at Fort Walton, he had, the year before that, he had almost won the state or something. He had like some of the best players in the country. He had actually Mr. Florida basketball playing on his team, named Jason Pryor. He went to Clemson. Got kicked out of Clemson. So when Coach Pons got the job at Gulf Coast, he left Clemson and came to Gulf Coast with him after he dropped out. So he was here that summer.
So he recruited your friend?
Yeah, he was recruiting him. And I came down and played against so you're talking about
Played
Mr.
against the
Alabama
best of the
playing
best.
against Mr. Florida. So we were going at it, about that whole day. And the coach, of course, watching, seeing us go at it. Well, after we finished playing, of course, he didn't say anything to me, none of that. We got in the car, we went back to Dothan. That was in July, that was end of June. I ain't hear nothing from him. He didn't talk to me about no scholarship, nothing. So I'm back at home.
God is reigniting your dreams and giving you the tools to aid you in prospering because of your dreams. Dr. Rosier has completed the God of My Dreams workbook and textbook. You can order today. For your donation of any amount, you will receive today's message on CD. For your donation of $50 or more, you will receive a God of My Dream textbook and workbook. For your donation of $75 or more, you will receive the God of My Dreams textbook and workbook, along with the God of My Dreams pocket journal and a God of My Dreams mug. To place your order, contact B154 Ministries staff at 850-769-5442 or email us your request at byrosierministries@gmail.com. You may also place your order securely on PayPal. Thank you for supporting Let the Prophet Speak and helping us reach the nations.
God, she's looked at money and she's looked at money through your eyes, and she's looked at money and she's been trained, and now she's looking and saying, when am I going to walk into my wealthy place? I thank you that you gave her the wealthy mindset first, and now I thank you that the finances is going to line up. I thank you for a changing job, God. I thank you that you've given her a mindset that will put her in a different position. There will be a massive difference. I see thousands of dollars difference in the amount of money that you make. I see the number $20,000 more per year than what you're making now. God, I thank you because she has been in a place because she didn't feel too proud or too arrogant and felt like I just had to stay, that I couldn't take this job. But now you're going to bring a drastic change. It's going to bring a drastic increase because she's submitted it to you and she knows what to do with it now. You just keep pursuing your passion. Go and play basketball, do a workout with your friend, not knowing that your passion would open the door for you to get another scholarship at Gulf Coast. And you get a scholarship the day before school starts.
Yeah.
And so here you are again. Because of that winning attitude, just not quitting, you're in the race again.
Yes.
Okay. So it worked for Mr. Alabama to play against Mr. Florida, if we can use those terms in basketball, the best against the best. And because you just wouldn't quit, didn't give up, your passion made room for it. Gave you an opportunity to be on scholarship again at Gulf Coast. When you could have gone into severe depression, committed, and decided to take your life because now I've had a stroke, I don't have a scholarship, I'm back at home, I don't want to be back at home. And instead, you didn't throw in the towel, and now you're on scholarship at Gulf Coast College.
I'm on scholarship at Gulf Coast College.
Okay.
Back up just a tad to add on to the little misery. When they sued me for $12,000 and I got the scholarship, got bad advice to file for bankruptcy in order to get my license back because I was going to college and I needed my license. So somebody told me, if you just file bankruptcy, you'll be able to get your license back. And sure enough, I went to file bankruptcy at 19, didn't have a dime. I don't know what I was filing, they wouldn't get anything anyway. So, and you know, if you file bankruptcy, that stays on your record for 10 years. 10 years. So when I got married,
so the enemy was attacking your future while you were struggling in your present. You're 19 years old. You haven't reached a point where you can really experience the benefits of good credit score, and it's already making sure that you stay in poverty or never have because you filed bankruptcy through bad advice.
Yeah.
But you didn't quit.
Didn't quit.
Didn't take drugs.
No.
Didn't sell drugs.
No.
Didn't drop out of college.
No.
And you still got married.
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't stop.
Oh, no.
Yeah, to Gulf Coast. I went through my freshman year pretty good. So I started getting a couple of offers after my freshman year at Gulf Coast. Got to my second year. I had the best player in the nation. He led the country, led the nation in scoring on my team. And he was a Yugoslavian. He was from Yugoslavia. He averaged like 33 points a game. So when you have a person like that on your team, you can imagine how many coaches are going to be in your gym. Like, we would have 10 to 15 coaches, Division I coaches, in our practices every day. So I'm playing point guard. He can get 31 without me giving him the ball. So I'm my sophomore year, I think I still have the record at Gulf Coast. I had the most triple doubles in a single season. I averaged like 18 points, 10 rebounds, and I think 9 assists a game. We were about to go into my second semester of my sophomore year. I had 13, 14, I believe, different scholarship offers. Virginia Tech, salute to them. I had University of Miami, Utah, Old Dominion. Like, I had pretty big offers coming out of Gulf Coast. And I think I had narrowed it down to University of Miami and Virginia Tech. Those were the two schools that I was going to go to out of Gulf Coast.
Because we're running out of time, just kind of fast forward. So you were a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal scholar. You did well. You excelled academically. What happened?
Well, long story short, I got kicked out of Gulf Coast. In December before January starts the next semester, I wind up with only 11 credit hours with a 3.2 GPA. So I had to drop a class, and they had NAACP involved. Like, it was crazy where my coach had me in an art history class, and I had already had my humanities. So the teacher wound up saying that I had plagiarized on the paper. So, but I actually, I made an A on the paper, and she said that I wasn't incapable of making an A on that paper. So, to make a long story short, I had to somehow get myself out of it, because now it's another stress. Now I'm trying to go on to another college and better myself. And I have all these offers. And I have all these offers, just as I was in high school. I was reliving what I was living in high school, what happened to me in high school when I was at Gulf Coast. I wind up having to, somehow one night I was just like, I got to get out of this. So I had 17 credit hours with her class. Well, I had to drop a class before, so it left me with 14 credit hours. So with her, then that happened, I had to go back and talk to the teacher who I dropped earlier and asked him, it was a computer class. I went to him and I asked him, can I get back in your class? I need to, it's imperative, I'll do whatever I need to do to make up the work. I got practice, I'll come 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm determined, I'll do whatever I need to do to get back in your class and to make this work.
I see something here. Now, no one taught you to go and stand up for yourself and talk to people, but you were willing to take a chance of being rejected to go and talk to a professor to say, let me back in the class, I'll do whatever necessary, 2 or 3 in the morning, make up all the work, and you thought of this on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a winning attitude, not quitting. So after all of this, we're running out of time, after all of this and it did not work, how did you end up at Lynn University in Boca Raton, Florida? Very prestigious school.
While I was at Gulf Coast, you have Division II schools that offer you scholarships as well, although I wasn't looking for Division II. But when I got kicked out of Gulf Coast, they offered, you only need 48 credit hours to go to Division II school. You don't have to graduate from a junior college. I had that when they kicked me out. So a guy that was recruiting me from Gulf Coast then, I knew him, I called him. He offered me a scholarship to go to Lynn University.
And you received your master's from Lynn University.
I have a master's degree from Lynn University, as well as a master's from Day Spring Theological Seminary. So,
what a winning attitude.
Yes.
The scripture that we can use and stand on and build on, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. If I just don't give up, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. If I just don't quit, I win. This is a winning attitude. I looked and listened to all, and you just heard maybe half of the horrendous things that happened to him, but he's yet a successful individual. has his own business. His wife has her own nonprofit. Beautiful home among doctors and lawyers. Their firstborn son. But because he had an attitude that I just won't quit, because he didn't quit, he was able to hurdle over every obstacle and reach his divine destiny. I believe that he was destined to be who he is, to do what he does. And God gave him the talent and the passion. His passion paid for his education because he was just so passionate about basketball. He was passionate and he used it as therapy. He didn't use his environment as an excuse for being a loser. He used it as a stepping stone to become a winner. So I want you, if for those that may watch this broadcast, and we're going to make sure that people see it globally, for all of those individuals that talk about all the opposition, all the horrible things that happen in their life, that have all the millions of excuses as to why they cannot succeed, we want you to hear Lindsay Critten's story, his truth, his testimony, and get rid of all of the excuses as to why you cannot succeed. And understand that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. That greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. And you're determined that if you just don't quit, a winning attitude, not throwing in the towel, that when life offers you a lemon, you'll make lemonade or make a lemon meringue pie. That you can hurdle over it. You can get through anything if you just don't quit. Health, opposition, everything. In fact, I want to pray for those individuals. Lord, for every child that blames their mother for their shortcomings, for every child that blames their father, for every individual that decides that I'll sell drugs because I saw it, I'll take drugs because I saw it, that because life has been unfair, I won't complete high school, because I don't have anybody to help me with my homework. Lord, I thank you that they'll watch this testimony and they'll no longer have the excuse as to why they cannot excel academically, why they cannot excel spiritually, why they cannot be a great athlete. And for every athlete that have played basketball or played any other sport, that when they had an off game, they'll hear my son-in-law's testimony. That sooner or later, if you keep shooting, the ball has to fall. That you have to win. Because of what Lindsay Critten did, other lives will be changed. That they'll remember his testimony and it will help them to have a winning attitude. In Jesus' name, amen.